Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm
No, just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm
just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me.
Like that? You wanted to get me screaming like that, Mr. Perry? We hear? It is March 25th, 2022. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. It has been a busy day. He's not getting the cause and effect when you pose a threat to me, Mr. Perry. Then we have a but-for problem. But for you doing that to me, we wouldn't do these. We have to document what you're doing. So there are police investigating you, and you're getting recorded all the time. All of you are. So, I mean, you've been quoted. Sometimes when you're quoted, it's not a bad thing. Sometimes when you're quoted, it is a bad thing. Depends on whether or not you pose a threat to me. I moved twice, Perry, to get away from you. Apply the reasonable, prudent individual standard, Mr. Perry. Do you know what that is? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Do you understand the words? I don't think you do. And we assert all constitutional rights. We shouldn't have to assert them. We just have them. So since we do, I assert my freedom of speech. I have the right to say I'm being stalked. Here's what he's doing to me today. I have help from police. I can't do that. Get all that shit from y'all to me by myself. Let's get her screaming like her, like he did to her. Who the fuck does that? Like, why the hell would you want to put somebody through that? Anyways, I guess they couldn't get me screaming. They were going to try, or they were trying, piss me off, jam everything up. Well, you pissed me off. Sorry I didn't scream loud enough for you. And I guess Mr. Powell was just recorded a minute ago talking to somebody. I mean, you guys all have police on you. If you're posing a threat, they said, tell them we're turning the heat up. This is enough. When you bother me, you cause a problem for me. When you get, all drama queen and you do your Jerry Springer show in my life, butt into shit that's not your business. The only thing that's happened all these years is you get told on. And that started with the McNamara email in 2015. Mr. Perry, you're not operating with a full load, are you? So you want to do this to me, right? Every day, all day long, and you wanted me to get kicked out of my home. You wanted them to lock me out today, and it's illegal to talk to my landlord. I guess somebody's already asked the question of somebody. Maybe it was Mr. Powell. Does Mr. Perry understand that Cynthia's family is Cynthia's family, not his? He shouldn't even know who they are. At no time, sir, have you been invited up here. I came here to get away from you and not have a fight with anybody at all. Just rebuild my life. I have no interest in you, Perry. You absolutely disgust me. I got help. You're about to go to jail. Once you're in jail, if I'm quoting you, surely you can tell by now that's about to happen. We all want you're a threat to society. I've heard recordings of you talking about killing me. You're very much a threat to my life. I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to throw you in, do another false arrest. I'm going to take everything you have and force you back to Texas so I can kill you and get away with it there. Can't get away with it in Oklahoma. You really think nobody would suspect a thing at this point? Because when you threaten and coerce and try to starve me into a lie, what do? I do the same thing every day. McNamara email. Here's what he was recorded talking about doing. Now we establish malicious aforethought. If you're just talking about it, you're just talking about it. It's not a crime until you actually do it. But then once you do it, which you have a lot, we have it already and you do it anyway. Then we got premeditation. You talked about it. You planned it. You had a little meeting. And you guys decided, here's what we'll do to her. We'll get her kicked out of her house. We'll take her car. And then tell her she has no choice but to go back to Texas so we can kill her. Because we can't get away with that in Oklahoma, but we can in Texas. Is that what you think? What crime is it, Mr. Perry, you want to commit against me in Texas that you think you'll get away with, that you wouldn't get away with here, that you're taking all my money, interfering with contracts, violating privacy laws, violating me? I'm going to assert the Violence Against Women Act right here. Equal protection. Captain Gimpy. You heard of it? Domestic violence laws. This is stalking. It is a crime. Voyeurism is a crime. Hacking is a crime. By the way, nobody could know where I'm going to be at any given time without hacking my phone. Do you have a court order to be in my phone? If you don't, get out of it. If you do, give the court order to Mr. Wishcamper and Mr. Miller. So Mr. Powell wanted to get something to me, and the guy said, I'm not sure that's where she is. Well, we were trying to get her screaming so we could confirm that's her. Wow, why would you put somebody through this?
Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
No. Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
You know what the man said on the recording I heard? Here's what you need to do, Mr. Powell.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
See, if you had left me alone, you wouldn't need a cover-up and a lie right now, would you? Genius. And I guess you wanted, Broken Arrow to pull me over? Here's the thing, is the conversation that I heard about that, you can't know where I'm going to be to pull me over. And the guy said, what if she skates by me? So my guess is, once again, you were going to try to hack my food delivery app to have me go get an order at a certain location where you'd have him waiting for me or something? Yeah, okay. That's already been addressed. We've already talked about that, haven't we? Why are you in my phone? Anybody. Why is anybody, Mr. Perry, in my phone? Well, you hack my phone, you call Broken Arrow and tell them we're going to give a food delivery because we hacked her phone. We know exactly where she'll be. All you have to do is pull her over. And then do what? I mean, there's shit you guys know from hacking me. There's no other way you could know it. I don't tell everybody where I'm going or what I'm doing. In fact, it's getting less and less. And, I mean, sure shit, don't do the Facebook, I just ate, look at my food. I mean, that's not my thing. I'm hardly on Facebook. So, when you find where I'm located, there's not really a legitimate legal way for you to know that. So, what do you think you're doing, Mr. Perry? Why are you using Oklahoma cops to pull me over? I think we've made it clear a lot of them don't like that. Starting with the first two that talked to me at Sensations. He asked us to just find a way to arrest you, and we told him no. That's not why we're cops. What are you doing up here? But you need to watch out, because he'll find some slime bag that'll do it. How much did you pay? How much did you pay to rent out that club to run off my customers and send your 5 guys in with your canned food? You ran off my steak. Here's your canned food. See, I'm giving to you. Bullshit. I could have made $600 and I went home with 2. I remember one night, I went into the back. I mean, let me back up. One night I was on stage and these 2 guys were sitting up there and one guy started to put money up there and his friend pulled his hand back and he said, we're not allowed to tip her. She pissed off that bigwig from Texas. They told us we can't tip her. So I threw a fit about it. And a couple of weeks later, about a week later, maybe 2, the stage is covered with money. So I'm walking in the back. One of the girls turned around and looked at me and she goes, about time he fucking let you make some money. And I was like, what? How'd you even know about that? Everybody knows about that. What do you mean, how'd I know about that? Everybody fucking knows about that. You're stealing my money. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. Over and over and over and over. I don't want your buy-a-lie money. I want the legitimate money that you owe me, that you took illegitimately through legitimate means, Mr. Perry. Everybody notices there's a reason I'm not in court. every time. I mean, the burden of proof is on me. I have to be in the courtroom to show I have a case. Oddly, you make sure I'm never there. One way or the other. Either you take my money so I can't afford to do anything. I can't eat. I can't even eat, much less pay for copies and mail. You know that. You're doing that on purpose. That's why you do that. That's why you rented out the club and had only your guys go in. Your 5 guys with your canned food. Lucky was mad about you. He told me. I told them if they stole your purse, 5 guys would tackle them and get it back. Please stop taking her money and face her in court like a man. Quit being a coward. All of you. Quit trying to mess with her car. Quit trying to take her money. I'm having people in my town inconvenienced. I don't like that. Stop doing it. Is that why you killed him? Listen, you're caught. When you mess with me, you get caught. When you mess with me, you get caught. I have help. I have help you can't get to. We're all sick of this. Everybody's sick of this. I've never invited you to Oklahoma and taken you to my family and introduced them. So how do you know my family? And I guess you guys thought, oh, we'll get her kicked out of her home. She'll call Craig asking for help, or she'll call Ernest, my ex-husband, asking for help. We'll make him tell her she has to go back to Texas. Did you do that? Listen, my guy said, tell these guys, we're all over any of them that are posing a threat to you. And the heat is up. It's up high. All day long, that's all I did is type up recordings they're playing for me. You sat there and watched me do it. So what does it take for you to understand? I don't want you. You disgust me. You're nutty. You're nuttier than a fruitcake. You're getting on everybody's last nerve with this. All of you are. So, Mr. Powell, you called somebody and wanted them to bring me something, and the guy was like, I think the better idea is leave her alone. I don't even know if that's her. Wherever you're telling me, I have no idea. What are you doing trying to get her kicked out of her house and back to Texas? What's that all about? What are you obstructing justice? What are you doing? You were told to leave me alone. I came here to get away from you and not have a fight and not have a conflict. I have moved twice. I have picked up a child. My son was 10 when you started doing all this shit to us. You have taken my home 5 times. A home that is my home, not yours. I had a career. It was doing fine all my life until you fucked with it. Everybody's pretty pissed off at the destruction and the hardship and the suffering that you're causing. It's not hard to get information, Mr. Perry. It's very easy. It gets easier by the day. You're making everybody mad. That's all you've done. For all these years, you get no date. You get no cover-up. You're just told on all the time. We're all sick of you. We don't want to, it's what's best. Best for who? You? We're all sick and tired about hearing about what you want and what you need and what you think. You're a danger to society. You have a lot of victims. We're all sick of you. What's best for society, for citizens, is you're in jail. When you're in jail, I won't be broke again. I have my privacy back. I won't have to lie for you, and I won't have to be grossed out and creeped out by you all the time. And you are gross, and you're creepy. I moved twice, picked up a kid, boxed everything up, moved, started all over again, and then you made my life hell, so we did it again. We came here not to fight with anybody, to get away from a fight, from you, from your drama. You got to make a problem all the time. The only thing that comes from it is you get told on. I don't know what planet you live on. I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to lie for you. How many times do I need to say that for you to understand what I'm saying? You act like you have no idea what's happening here. If I'm quoting you all the time, how can you not know what's happening here? Why is that happening? Who's helping me? Who's getting that from you to me? Somebody with a lot of power. Somebody you're pissing off. I said leave me alone. It should take one time, sir. One time is all it should take to say. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
And when it takes more than once, it irritates the shit out of everybody. Nobody asked you what you think. What were you told to do? Leave me the fuck alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit.
Right?
Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can tell
alone.
all you want.
I don't. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad and raping you?
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that
So you're trying to get me screaming like that? Well, listen. You have got me screaming. You have got me screaming and yelling. Usually on these podcasts, leave me alone. Fuck off. Shut up and go away. I don't want to hear from you. Nobody does. We're all sick of hearing it. I need a lie. I need a lie. I need a lie. I need a cover up. I need a lie. I need for you to move back to Texas and do what I say. Let me kill you so that, just be. Let me kill you so that, nobody will suspect a thing. I can get away with it in Texas. I can't in Oklahoma. I'm going to take your house. I'm going to take your car. I'm going to take all your money and starve you so you have no choice but to do that. Call your ex-husband and move back. No. No. I said no. I've said it over and over and over and over. Instead, what happens is you get told on. We start getting these recordings. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I'm not told all that. It's none of my business. You know what I know is you have heat on you and it's up high right now. And he said, remind him, we're here. We got the heat on, and it's up. If anybody throws anybody at all, poses a threat to you. So usually what happens when they call me and tell me they got a cop they're on the phone with right now trying to get him to, they're going to give you a food delivery and have him pull you over, so go home. For his sake and yours. The heat's on whoever is a threat to me. And you don't need to be calling the cops up here. They work for the taxpayers, Mr. Perry. Stalking is a crime. Harassment is a crime. Hacking is a crime. Voyeurism is a crime. Threatening people, intimidating people is a crime, Perry. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Listen, we don't care what you think. We're sick of hearing it. Neil. Shut up. We know you need a lie. I said no. When these guys put you in jail, I don't have to lie. I will have all my money back. I will never be broke again. I'll have my privacy back. There won't be anybody else in my phone or watching me. It's over. It's over. And right now, until that day gets here, it could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. It could be next month. In the meantime, get out of my life. Get out of it. I'm not going to lie for you. And the more you do to me, the more they're going to charge you with. Somebody's helping me. I can't do that by myself, dumbass. So I don't know who you think you are or who you think you're fooling. I think everybody's got you fooled. So, I mean, Jesus. All day long, that's all I did is type up shit like this. You've been living he's living a fantasy life in Oklahoma. He's a nobody in Lubbock. He has the smallest district in the state. Boring little accounting job. Listen, don't you have constituents to meet with? You should be busy doing that. You need to account for how you're spending your time. I guess there's a question. This question as to where you actually are domiciled. Is it Oklahoma or Texas? He goes up to Oklahoma with an entourage and acts like she's a threat to him. You know anybody that goes where the threat is and won't leave? That chick moved twice to get away from him. He's paid $5,000 to not have to go to work in no-show fines. Because she was under threat from him, not the other way around. And he acts like he's under threat. It made me laugh. Of what? Go back to Lubbock and, if you think she's a threat, don't be in Oklahoma. He said they can't get him out of Oklahoma. Everybody thinks he lives there. But the thing is the guy's got a fantasy running through his head where he's important. People in Lubbock know he's not important. So he goes up to Oklahoma where they don't know any better with his entourage. And then he pretends like he's important. He's been doing that for 6 years, 7 years now. How embarrassing. God, he's living in a pretend land. Then he'll tell everybody the next minute they're boyfriend, girlfriend. But she's a threat. Well, which one is it? And then it's she's got a political vendetta. Where's the evidence of that? Do you know I haven't voted since 2012? Haven't registered to vote, haven't voted, haven't given any money to a campaign, haven't walked, did nothing. That was my life. I did it all the time. That's how I met you. I helped you get elected. I abandoned that suddenly to go work in a strip club to get away from a stalker who's nuttier than a fruitcake and likes ruining women's lives. Ruining them. Ruining people's lives. Okay, so what happens is when you start ruining people's lives, they tend not to like you. They'll turn against you. And then if you pose a threat, you go around telling everybody, here's what we're going to do to her. It's horrible. Like you did the girl that came and told me, what the fuck is going on here? He said, we have to make you like him. That's his job, not mine. What happened to dinner and a movie? I mean, I've been on a date before. This is not about a date. If you want a date, you call somebody up, hey, let's hang out. That's not what he's doing. He's coming in with an entourage and talking to all your coworkers. Make her like me. Make her not like Fabian. You're not allowed to talk about Fabian. Don't let her talk about Fabian. Act like you don't care. Well, they know we care, or they wouldn't have to tell us to act like we don't. They shit themselves every time his name comes up. So what happened in Dallas? What is really this all about? They said if you refuse to change your mind, try to find a way to arrest you. Put you back in jail until you do. Charles, you're caught on that. Everyone knows that's what you're trying to do. Do you understand what's happening here? It seems like you don't. It seems like you have no idea what's happening. Because if everybody already knows you're trying to do that, that would be illegal activity, sir. She talked to one of my guys. We got all this today, all day long. Everybody knows you're making a threat to commit a crime. Again, you already did it once. You already did it once. I told you the two officers told me in August. I wrote a letter to the U.S. attorney telling him, here's what he's doing. This is not a new thing. You've done it. You've talked about doing it repeatedly. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to false arrest her. I'm going to throw her back in jail until she subjugates and does what I say. That is illegal. That is also not a date. That is also not how you get a woman to want you. Got to hold a woman at gunpoint? That's just kidnapping. That's not a date. You just think you found a legal way to kidnap me. You didn't. Interfering with commerce, interfering with contracts, with intent to coerce, grand larceny with intent to coerce is crime. You're caught. Nobody's caught you as much as I have, and I have help. Who got me this today, Charles? Who has that kind of power to get me that today? All day long. Typed up one thing after another that you tried to pull, or that you talked about doing, or that somebody else found out that you were doing, and typed in. It's all over the place. He's been living in a fantasy land 4, 6, 7 years now, and here's what he's doing. That's what this guy said. All of that's crime. You're a fraud. Nobody believes a word you say. You might have guys that you're paying to yes men, those same guys that sit around in a meeting and try to make me figure out how can we make her fail. How many men sit around in a meeting trying to make one woman fail? You guys wouldn't do that if I weren't good at what I do. So you got all this, Mr. Perry, typed up today. Just today. It was very busy for me. Just today. And then when you do it, we go, well, I told you so. And now we have evidence of malicious aforethought, premeditation of that crime he just did. You don't get a date, you always get told on. You never get a date, you always get told on. You don't know how to get women to like you. We think you don't like women. We think you hate women. Because if you like women, you do what women like. You don't get creepy and weird and gross. You don't destroy and ruin their life. That's what men do who like deviant men. Sex weirdos. Sex crime. It's sex crime. I have the right to scream and yell just like the TikTok girl. I'm being stalked. Look what he's doing. Do you understand that? See, it seems like y'all don't understand what's happening here if I have this. This Fabian, is this the one you wanted them, told them don't let her talk about him? Oh, shit. She goes, they shit themselves every time his name comes up. What in the hell happened in Dallas? I got that in jail. Who has that kind of power? Those people that got me that in jail, Mr. Perry, that have that kind of power, and they got me everything you said all day long, that, they said to tell you they've got the heat on. All of you that are posing a threat to my safety, my well-being, my finances, my privacy, anything at all. And they got it up high. And that's how we got so much today. When you bother me, when you contact me, when you cause problems for me, I'm bait. I'm not a victim. You get told on, and told on, and told on, and told on, and told on. And I said no, and no means no. It's no, period. No. The more problems you cause for me, they turn the heat up. And today was very busy. I typed up what y'all said all day long. So what happens is when we type up an email of what you just said, that sits there. And either if you do it, if you don't do it, it's not a crime. If you do it, then it's a crime. And we have now premeditation. The sentence is higher on those. You were told to leave me the fuck alone. And that's what I meant. I don't like you. I've done everything I can to kick you off me. You're just a rapist. I'm not going to take your bio-lie money. I said no. I've always said no. I've starved. I've done without electricity. I've done without a house. I've done without a lot of things to tell you no. No means no. And I've done it for 12 years. You act like you have no idea what words mean. And that's why I won't sit down and have a talk with you. Because if if you're not able to understand what people are saying to you, I might as well go talk to a tree. You act like a mental infant. Try to act like you understand what's being said to you. Respond appropriately. And you need to account for your schedule and where you've been. Don't come up here and mess with my family. That's my family, not your family. You shouldn't even know them. But for stalking, that's what the guy said. He shouldn't know who those people are. He's stalking. She didn't invite him up here and introduce him. He took it upon himself to butt into her life against her will. Against my will. I'm 52. I have a 3.89 GPA in criminal justice college. I'm the one person who has caught your crime more than anybody you know. I certainly don't need anybody else to tell me what I think, what I want, or make decisions for me, and you have no consent, and you will stop. And whoever listens to this, my landlord, let me tell you something, landlord. The second he called you and told you to do something illegal, the chances are high you got a wiretap on you, and you have had all this time. You are not to give out my private information. Nobody is. That is illegal. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Privacy laws are there to protect us, and I specifically said, I have a stalker. He will call. Don't give him any information. They call. That's what they do. They're weirdo. My family is not your family. Do you understand that? Do you know that? Do you? Because we think you don't. A lot of people think you don't. A lot of people think you're very, very delusional. And you need to be in a butterfly net at the very least. You need to be checked for Alzheimer's. Because a lot of the times you do something, we already know about it. We already got an email typing up what you said when you're planning it. And then you do it anyway. Well, like I said, you're proving out recordings, you're giving us malicious aforethought, premeditation. Sentences are higher on those. So I'm sure you can live with what you do with your choices. I'm certain you can. Whoever has enough power to get that to me in jail, it's got Fabian's name on it, not just some random name. It's intersecting with the word hope, not any other word, that word. It's arranged just like that. I got it right then, not some random time. It meant more. Do you understand that? It meant a lot more. Leave me the fuck alone. It is illegal to contact me. It is illegal for you to cause a problem for me. It is illegal for you to know where I am. It is illegal for you to call a cop up here and ask him to pull me over. A lot of them don't like that. A lot of them do not like that. That isn't why they signed up to be police. They signed up to be police, same reason my granddad did. Relieve suffering caused by crime. Fight domestic violence. How in the hell, Mr. Powell, do you expect women? I don't know if you're still the DA, because I was reading the Kyle... what's his name, Caruth situation, and they had some other DA, and I don't pay attention to politics in Lubbock. I couldn't care less about anything in Lubbock. I hate that town. I hate it. You would too if you went through what I went through. So, But if you're still a prosecutor, how the fuck do you expect women to leave domestic violence situations when you're committing domestic violence yourself? Violence against women acts to protect us from that. I assert my equal protection to that law, to stalking laws, to voyeurism laws, to hacking laws. Stay the fuck away from me. Stay the hell away from me. I came here to get away from that, not have it follow me up here and start ruining my life and posing a threat to everybody. You go around telling, we're going to ruin her. And then everybody starts finding out, and then you want to know who your leaks are. The thing last night that I played about my club, where you can hear the guy, he butt dialed me or something, or called me to ask me my schedule, and then realized maybe he shouldn't call me and ask me that, but forgot to hang up. And you can hear him going through papers, and somebody walks in and says, is Bianca coming back? My dancer name was Bianca. Is she coming back? When's she going to be back? They want to know her schedule. And he says, that's what I was looking for. Looking through the papers. Because you'd rent the club out, run my customers off. Listen, when you do that, when you rent the club out, I guess you thought you were I'm paying the owner a little something. No, you owe him money too, by the way. Because what ended up happening is the customers that would come in there all the time, they start getting run off because you rented out the club all that, a lot. They stop going. You get him back in there. You owe him. You owe him money. He doesn't owe you money. You should never have done that. Never, ever should you have done that. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. You took my steak. I should have a nest egg. My guy told me they sent somebody. The girl that talked to him, that was at Lady Godiva's. That same guy went around looking at all the clubs where I've worked for a couple of years. On nights that I was there and nights that I wasn't. He knows exactly how much money I should have had. He knows exactly how much money with interest my parents owe me. He knows exactly how much money you owe me. So, you're not fooling anybody. If they can get this to me in jail, they've talked to you face to face. You just didn't know that's who you were talking to. We knew Mike. We found out Mike was drugged, right? Before anybody that came out in depositions. You really need to get a grip on reality. Again, I'm not the victim. I'm bait. But I'm entitled to protection. And now we got enough, and you leave me alone. Leave me alone. Do you understand me? I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not going to go back to Texas. I've said that. You trying to kidnap me? Starvation? Kidnapped by starvation? What was this today? She didn't call any. We thought for sure she'd call her family. She hadn't said a word to them. So what's up? What's up that she hadn't said anything? We told all of them to tell her to go back to Texas. What? And then, if somebody... I've stayed away from my family because I know you're talking to them. And I know you keep asking me, are they leaking? So I don't want to talk to my family and have them accused of being leaked, of being a leak, that they slipped up to something to me. So I'm doing that for their protection. I love my family. We can't wait till you're in jail and I can go talk to them again and nobody has to worry about being under threat. You're a threat to everybody. It's not fun to have to live in fear, with anxious, stressed out, guilty. Our shrink said, your family feels guilty, I promise you. He's asking people to completely abandon all their morals, all their ethics, all the things that they believe in, and do what he says, which they know is wrong. They know it's wrong. They feel guilty about it, I promise you. They're being asked to hurt you, and they love you. That's your family. They want you to be happy. They want you to have a good life. They want you to be successful. They want good things for you. And he's coming in and telling them, we're going to ruin her. We're going to destroy her. We're going to kill her. We're going to hurt her. We're going to do this. We're going to put her back in jail until she subjugates. And if you slip up, if we think you're leaking, we'll have the EPA shut you down. We'll find something. Yeah, okay, everybody's tired of it. No one cares what you think. No one cares what you feel. You don't have a lie. Your crime has never been this uncovered. It's never been this uncovered. And it gets more uncovered every day that you fuck with me and you cause a problem with me and you pose a threat to me and my family or anybody else. Anybody I worked with, any Paul that owns Sensations, you owe him money. Because when you keep renting out that club and running people off, they quit going out there. You took our steak and you brought in canned food. And I'm sorry, but you do not get to do that. And you owe that man money. That man is a good man, by the way. I told you to leave them alone. Boy, howdy, I wasn't kidding. I told y'all to get Michael out of jail. We'll get him out. And I promise you, you will not like what happens when we do that. get the fuck out of our lives. When you don't, and when you cause problems for me, my guys cause 20 for you. He said, tell them today, they should know this. They should be able to look at what happened today and see it. You tell him we got the heat on everybody who is posing a threat to you of any kind. And it's up high right now. So whatever you do, Mr. Perry, every time you poke, every time you peep, every time you hack, every time you jam something up, every time you get on the phone and try to cause a loss or a problem, we start quoting you. We get more and more and more and more. So do remember, you asked for that. Do you understand? You need a special ed teacher like a motherfucker. You are the dumbest son of a bitch I've ever met. You need to start understanding how bad this is for you. It is bad. You've never been told on this much. I don't want you. You piss me off. Every time you contact me, I don't like you. I don't want to hear from you. Listen to what I'm saying. You don't have the right to commit a crime and get away with it, and rape women, and starve women, and torment women, and torture women, and everybody else is sick of it. We're all sick of it. Straighten up and act like a dude and leave me the fuck alone. Go be normal. You don't have a choice. As much as I quoted you guys over the last, 3, 4, 5 days, you can't tell you got heat on you and it's up high. You're not all there. You are not operating with a full load. You are dumb son of a bitch. I've not seen. Shut up, Charles. Listen, we're all tired of hearing it. Shut up. Please shut up. We're sick of hearing it. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
All right, let me explain something to you about what happens to police officers. Remember, I come from 4 generations. You know who Dead Lucky is? Almost Dead Framed Mike. You heard of them? Trying to help me. Took a vandalism report 6 days before that murder. Almost Dead Framed Mike, who has nothing on his hands at all after having beat someone to death, supposedly. So I'm going to explain how this works for police officers, Mr. Perry and Mr. Powell. Police officers have to show up at a domestic violence scene where there's, you got a guy beating the shit out of a woman. And a lot of times they turn against the officer. Sometimes they're on drugs. Sometimes they just got, anger management problems or whatever. But they got a problem that they beat women. You're too weak to pick on men. Bunch of, pussies. You're too weak to pick on men. So you pick on women to feel tough. Okay, that's pathetic. People don't respect it. They hate it. That's why it's illegal. Usually, if there's conduct that's deviant, it becomes a crime because people don't like it when you do that. And we've said, we're civilized. We're not going to act like that. We're not going to tolerate it. You do that, you go to jail. So in all 50 states, domestic violence laws are in place to protect women from violence. So you got a guy that beats the hell out of his wife all the time, right? And then the cops come and they put him in jail and he gets out and he does it again. He promises he won't, but he does it anyway. And every time they show up, they're putting themselves in danger. So guess what they enjoy, what they'd like to have happen? She leaves him. And there's no more calls to that house. So, Mr. Powell, when you say that you are law enforcement and you want women to leave the situation they're in that's dangerous like that, and that puts police in danger like that every time they show up, you're putting a cop in danger too. Not just the woman, the cops. Every time they got to go to that same house and deal with that same fucker. It's hard sometimes to get them to leave and to trust you, that your office is a safe place, and you were told that, weren't you? Like in 2017 or something, I'm told. That somebody sat you down and said, we can't get women to leave and cooperate with us and prosecute these guys for violence. So when you go out, Cindy, what message are you sending these other women? That you don't care if women get beat up. You don't care about domestic violence. You're not going to enforce domestic violence laws, violence against women. You're going to help. You're going to be a part of the problem, not the solution. I don't understand that. I don't have any words for that, Mr. Powell. Listen, Mr. Perry has gotten caught when he started going at me like never before in his life. The guy's serial. He's bad. He's about to go to jail. Anybody that poses a threat to me, the chances are high you got a wiretap order on you, landlord. The chances are high you've had one on you since you tried to, you took their phone calls from the beginning. Since you did, they told you, oh, we want her kicked out. Oh, okay, we'll kick her out. Oh, okay, we'll do this. Oh, okay, we'll do that. What I said is, leave me the fuck alone. You interfere with a contract, you got a problem. It's not just right now about civil, it's criminal. You now have foreseeability with not just civil claims coming up in the future here, criminal. You know that. You'll know you're caught and you'll do it anyway. Nobody understands who is that stupid. And every day you contact me, invade my privacy, cause loss and problems and drama and hardship for me, and violate the law, every day that you do that, we get more and more and more, because you were told to leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Now, I'm going to trust that you'll make it right with Paul, and that you'll make it right with the Neelys and the Millers, and that you do what you can to make amends. And if you don't, we're going to handle it, and you will not like how we do that any more than you like how we get the information from you to me. Okay? It's your choice. Our goal is relieve suffering caused by your crime. We want it stopped. Every time you're told on, you're being stopped. That's what that is, dumbass. Leave us alone. I came up here to get away from all the drama. I don't like drama. You know what I like doing? Get up, you work, you be productive, you contribute to society in a meaningful way, and you make people's lives better, make the world a better place to live in. I'm sorry, y'all are fucked up people, and you enjoy destroying. I don't get it. I don't understand that. I can't even begin to relate to that. No, a lot of people can't. This guy can't. These people that are commenting on her shit, they can't. I can scream just like she can. I think Judge Kirkendall told you all that last year when you were in her courtroom. You need to leave her alone for 2 weeks. I've got to rule out entrapment, because what it looks like to me is you're provoking. You're doing stuff to her and she's talking about it. Just like the harassment email says, you planned when she was sitting here in jail for the first false arrest. And right when Justice Scalia died, of all places in West Texas, and didn't get the proper post-mortem procedures followed, like he would have if he were in D.C., former retired Commander William O'Ritchie said. Now, fuck off, weirdo. We're sick of hearing about it. We're sick of hearing about what you think and how you feel and what you need. We need you to leave us alone. Comply with the law.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not...
Perry, why do you do the same thing every day that gets you the same results if you're not getting the exact results you want? You don't get women to like you. I don't want to hear from you. I said shut up. Don't peep. I don't like that. That's so creepy and gross. Why do you do that? It's nasty. It's illegal for a reason. You can't put it together in your head that everyone's not doing it. Maybe it's probably embarrassing and not a good idea to do. If it were cool, all guys would do it. It's illegal. It's disgusting. It's nasty. You're gross. You're by yourself. 12 years, you don't have a date. You don't have some woman trying to see you. You're getting kicked off. You're getting sued. You're having to buy judges and cops. You're getting told on and told on and told on and told on and told on. And you need to get off your fat, lazy, perverted ass get out and work. Go be normal. Get off your ass and go work. Get off your ass and go work. And quit perverting around. Get off your ass, Mr. Perry, and go fucking work. You get the same results. You guys get up every day and you do the same thing, and you think I'm going to change my mind. Oh, we'll just make her life hell. We'll just continue to break the law and cause injury to her, and maybe she'll change her mind. And everybody's all, ooh, shocked and dismayed. She didn't change her mind. All you did is you pissed us off, and we got more. Now, what day is it going to be that you're arrested? Tomorrow? Tonight? Next month? You get the same results every day because you do the same thing. You piss us all off. You're breaking the law. Get off your lazy ass, pervert, and go work. Leave everybody the fuck alone.
Clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me